The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hurts. And his first look is incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Third down.
Throwing is Hurts. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this...
And now off to the races down the right side.
Antonio.
Touchdown, Chicago. Antonio Gandy Golden, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They go play action with Hurts. He lets it fly for Lockett. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense...
And his first carry, he loses the football. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, that ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A run with Henry on 1st down, but nowhere to go there as he can't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11. At the Seahawks 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. through an opening, and there he goes.
Always a pleasure.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And this one's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. With it is Jackson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 14. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On 1st down, Henry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
12 more yards. That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, it's Haskins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Going on the ground with Homer. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down, Seahawks.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Lockett, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. This is Homer. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
The ball carrier.
Travis Homer with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Trying to unite us?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Henry on the carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 6.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Here's Braden Mann now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
Their own 46-yard line.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Hurts sets up to throw it. Rolling to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Seahawks 14, Bears 7.
They'll run this with Homer. Past the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 45 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Oh, the sneak, it's Hurts. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Travis Homer with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Bears 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Forced out to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Number 22.
2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made by Whitney Merciless. A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 23-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a pickup of 12.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
21 more yards. That's another Bears 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 16, Haskins. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this down to the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bears draw a bit closer. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Bears 14.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or... Tyler Lockett, the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. On first down, it's Henry. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Derrick Henry, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. You see, if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The open man here, Renfro. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the first down.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bears take over.
1st and 10.
And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. The Lions have scored again, widening their lead even further. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. They begin with Henry. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Derrick Henry, the ball.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Gain of a yard.
Haskins will throw. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Woods. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
26-yard line.
.30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. To throw again. Haskins. He'll find Gandy Golden there, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Haskins looking for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. His kick is right through.
Tie the game, 28 all.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Haskins. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Haskins to throw. And that's complete to Gandy Golden. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
At the 44-yard line.
Now Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
43 at the mic. 43 at the mic. I hope you touch it.
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
It's a turnover on downs.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. Well, young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
It's now second
Ball on
and
the
10.
30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Henry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's got Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
37-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Carlos Dunlap. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Haskins. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Haskins. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's good.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Derrick Henry.
The tackle there by John Johnson.
He was
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Derrick Henry on the carry.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now Haskins to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Haskins pass.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd and 7.
Hurts. Completes it to Samuel. He's got daylight. The 30, 10, And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happened. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. It's just me.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now Haskins on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Henry, the ball carrier. He was brought down by John Johnson. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From midfield now, Haskins. Able to find Switzer. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to the ground now. It's Henry.
33-yard line.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Henry. Down to the 25.
Derrick Henry.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd down, it's Henderson. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Again, it's Henderson. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
To throw on third down, Haskins. And he's got his man on the out route. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by John Johnson. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Haskins. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
6 more yards. That's another Bears first down. 1st and goal at the 3.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
2nd and 5.
Again, it's Homer. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Homer, the ball carrier.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll set up the screen to Dre. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw over the middle taken in. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got his target, Samuel. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Deebo Samuel with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Seahawks 42, Bears 35.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And, a crush pressure there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts.
At their own.
As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts.
1 yard
as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
The 15-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff as they run left side. Still on his feet. And some room to maneuver. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20.
That's what it is, baby.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. What we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken tackles, and they're leading to a huge touchdown play.
Yeah, none of them more glaring than what we just saw there, but we've seen it throughout this game, whether it's in tight, running through the line, out in open field. They haven't been able to get these runners down very well. I have a feeling they'll be in pads a lot next week, working on their tackling.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continue